What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Hsu.com,
and we got a movie that I'm fairly excited about.
STX Entertainment, The Circle.
Dude, how many names did it seem like? Production companies or whatever?
Well, STX being like a much smaller company and like trying to work out. Like, I mean, obviously they just did Eurocorp, who they're going to be teaming up with Valerian.
Yeah, Valerian. Yep.
They teamed up with this one, and then there's other film that they've done. They did a 3-team contract, but obviously STX needs to kind of outlet some of that money and all that stuff. And this one seems like a little bit of a, well, appears to be a bigger budget, but let's just hop right into it. What do you think?
Well, we have
The Circle.
Yeah, we have The Circle with Emma Watson coming off of Beauty and Beast.
Yes.
Mega hit.
Tom Hanks.
$1 Billion Club. You have the man, Oscar man.
Patton Oswalt.
My favorite movie with him ever was Castaway.
A big, important part of film culture. He writes some really, really great books on film. Big fan of his. But, I mean, who else is in this movie?
John Boyega, Star Wars.
Boyega, yep. No real presence, though, of this movie. You know, I haven't seen much about it. I don't think I would have known about this movie had I not been to CinemaCon and saw the first 10 minutes.
Well,
I haven't seen trailers.
It seems like they're hiding the movie. Like they're like, oh, it's just away.
Well, maybe. I mean, STX, obviously, like I said, being a smaller company, last year they were both up and down. They had the very high success of Edge of 17, which was reviewed well critically, made decent amount of money.
Yeah, that was good. It was good. I watched it.
They also had Bad Moms, which was well financially. They did have Free State of Jones, and then this year they had, or was it last year, they had The Space Between Us. So, I mean, they're just still getting fresh, but I mean, they're really starting to push it out, and they're getting more and more ambitious, obviously, with Valerian. But The Circle.
Man, bro. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know. But I didn't think it was good in any way, shape, or form. That movie was not...
Any way, shape, or form. I don't see you hating movies like that very often.
No, you don't. I don't know what happened. I understand what they're...
What's your beef?
Well, I mean, like, you know, The Circle is a circle in the Apple campus is about to open up, and it's shaped in a circle. You know, so I thought, and you could see it you could see an Apple, a Facebook, a Google, of course, these mega big companies inventing something where everything can be seen. When Emma Watson was talking about how when you're not being watched, it's a lie. When you're not being watched, when you know you're being watched, you're good. I have to agree with that. You know? God, I mean, I don't know, man. This movie wasn't for me, and it's not because I'm not even tired. It's not because of that.
But like, where are you pointing flaws?
Well, what was wrong with that guy's acting?
I don't know his name, but he was the young kid from Boyhood.
What was wrong with his acting? I did not.
I don't think acting was good on really from anyone's part in this movie. But.
And I love Emma Watson.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't bad. Like
no.
Like they weren't all. I mean, he was definitely out of his league well, at least it appeared to be. But
you can't go toe to toe. You can't put those two next to each other because he looked dumb.
I know there's this really kind of supposedly dramatic scene that was not at all, and it's very oddly placed.
John Boyega too. I like him too.
No presence.
But
just there. Everyone was just there besides Emma Watson, and even Emma Watson really didn't bring anything too important to the. I mean, we have Tom Hanks who doesn't go by unnoticed, and I mean when he's on screen, he's Tom Hanks, but still he does not bring anything to this movie, and that's kind of a shame. I think this movie has to be one of the sloppiest scripts we've seen this year.
I guess the book is popular too.
Well, I've read the book.
What happened?
But to me, this is just a simple case of a bad script. Like this all starts out with the script because number one problem is that most of the time they're telling us things that are happening off screen that seem to be really, really important. So, for instance, we have a major conflict of the movie is Emma Watson's dad, Bill Paxton.
That was sad.
Is ill, and the Circle is in a way of kind of drawing Emma Watson in, decides to put her father on a health care plan.
That's cool.
And we hear that he's getting better off screen, but we don't ever see that. We go, oh no, he's had an episode, oh he's getting better, and all these updates are happening off screen.
They had sex.
Yeah, I mean, but off screen, these things are happening.
Oh, you went to
and
the
they're
bathroom,
not.
you
Yeah,
missed
I missed that part. But I mean, like these major conflicts are happening off screen, right? We have another character that's kind of
her best friend. What
Annie.
happened with that?
Yeah, it happens all off screen, and we're just supposed to just understand, like, oh, we're gonna tell you what happened now.
Well, what are they saying? Just too much work and went crazy?
Well, she said.
Huh?
She overdosed.
Yeah, she
On
said,
drugs.
She said, well, so yeah, speed, and then that whatever
I missed that?
Solvient. Or what did she say? Did she say speed? She said something.
Yeah,
she said a drug
Did
and
I miss that?
Solvient.
No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, when she was FaceTiming
What the
her.
freak?
But all these things that are supposedly happening don't happen on screen. And what is the point if you're not showing us? And then the circle in general is this idea, but it has 4 or 5 parts that are never fully executed. They're just mentioned. So we have these new cameras, and then for some reason these cameras just so happen to be all over the place now. No laws, like we're not talking about this, like but we have a senator that's in our way. Oh no, in the background the senator is now in trouble and all this stuff. It's all just not focused in on. So things are just happening while the focus is on the boring parts of the movie, which is really, really interesting to me. We move on and we find out that there's this new transparency, and that becomes kind of a thing. And then we talk about voters and making sure everyone has to be a part of the circle, but that never really goes anywhere. We're talking to countries, that's the end of that. And then we have this last one, which causes this major conflict, which is ludicrous and ridiculous in the sense that how people are charged with crimes here. I just really don't think this movie made sense. I thought it was sloppy in direction and writing, and it just didn't offer anything really to grasp onto.
Probably. Was it the worst movie of the year?
No, I'm sure not.
No, for me.
It was pretty bad.
This might have been the worst movie of the year for me.
I mean, I wasn't totally hating it until like kind of the midway point where they just completely lost focus. This movie doesn't have any focus. It's just not expressing any main thing. Like obviously, like you pointed out earlier, we're looking at this kind of idea of these major companies and what they're eventually going to be capable of, but this movie wasn't about that. This movie was just about these conflicts that happen around this situation. It wasn't the consequences of this happening. Because in all reality, you know, this consequences of like, look what this did to the world, right? It wasn't like, look what this company, we let them in, look what it did to the world. It's like, oh, look what happened to me because I made mistakes. Like, look at these individuals who made mistakes. And to me, I mean, that's the flaw in the entire theme of the movie.
Soul Search reminded me of the Facebook Live killer, dude.
Well,
That part reminded me
very
of that.
different, and that's another thing. So there's a part in the movie. Hopefully, I mean, we're not spoiling anything, but
There's nothing to be spoiled in this movie.
There's this part where we're talking about this woman who murdered her children, and we're gonna go look for. And then all of a sudden, we're playing this upbeat pop music in the background instead of like this kind of very serious tone. And I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like the music doesn't even match the tone of the movie.
And that was like Danny Elfman.
Yeah, Danny Elfman, which is surprising.
Batman.
It didn't feel like Danny Elfman.
The original Batman.
I would have never guessed that, but I mean, that's just a perfect example of like, we're talking about the death of children. This is supposed to be a serious moment. We have like, you know, like little bum 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 bum, like little happy music in the background. I have no idea. The ending was just completely padded. It wasn't even padded. It was just, oh, we got to wrap this up. Let's just
throw him in jail.
Yeah, let's just not even. We don't even have that like illusion of like this is what happened. Like, what is the major change from when she makes this huge, this huge moment to where we actually conclude? Like nothing happens. We're gonna make a difference, and then does it show the difference? No, it just makes us see. It just tells us there's a difference now, and that's the problem with this movie. It's all tell, no show.
Love it.
No,
But I didn't love it. All right, well, in 7 days,
hopefully we'll
next
have something
Thursday,
better.
we have
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Volume 2.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
I'm expecting my levels are like ultra high.
Yeah, because you've been having 2 slow weeks.
Yeah, man.
Even though last week I thought was
Colossal,
phenomenal.
I just not, man.
If you haven't seen our review for Colossal, make sure to go
Yeah,
check
I mean,
that
check it
White
out.
Eye.
You might like it.
This is the only
Just
movie
'cause
we
I don't
have
like
for
it,
this
don't make-
week.
Circle just wow.
Which is a bummer. Now it all becomes clear.
Wow.
It all becomes clear. I mean, I should have known earlier.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes when in Vegas we don't get screenings, that's one thing. But Richard Roeper, who, you know, obviously took over for Siskel with Ebert and Roeper, had posted something on Instagram when during the like TV spot had all these like critic names and all the things. Like, it's funny that actually it didn't screen for anybody, and I was just like, oof, it didn't screen for Richard Roeper. That's not a good sign. So yikes.
Well,
go check out James Hsu's channel though. You want to watch something educational. You want to watch something smart that's laid out, that has points, that'll tell you and show you things. Make sure to go check out James Hsu's channel.
thank you, sir.
No problem, sir.
Yeah, just Circle. I mean,
This was not a
you
good
watch
movie.
it, you might like
Go
it.
see Colossal. No, don't watch it. You go see Colossal. Go see Get Out, because that's still playing, which is awesome. What else should they see? Anything else out that we both like that they should see? Did you see Panda? Did you see that?
Yes.
How was it?
Good. If you like Disney nature films, it's a Disney nature.
Go
film.
check out
And
that.
I did.
But until then, now we're gonna get into the Marvel stuff. We're gonna get into the summer stuff. It is officially summertime.
I just woke
so
up.
It's blockbuster time.
ChasingCinema.com is known as
Film Love's website.